G'day, folks. It's Chris Gondek here again from NetApp for another Newsworthy Minute. This time, right off the back of our NetApp Insight Digital 2021 event, where one of our keynote guests and speakers was Adam Selipsky, who is the CEO of Amazon Web Services, spoke to NetApp CEO George Kurian about a big announcement we made recently on Amazon FSx for ONTAP. So my guests today from Amazon and from NetApp, I'd like to welcome Naim Mucaj and Mitch Barnes. Welcome, Naim and Mitch.
Hi, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Naim. Nice to see you both. Thanks for having us.
Fantastic. So, Naim, you are the Senior Solutions Architect for Amazon Web Services, and Mitch, you're our Principal AWS Solutions Architect at NetApp. Naim and Mitch, tell us a bit about yourselves and your roles at NetApp and AWS. And Naim, I'll start with you, mate.
Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah, I'm a Senior Solutions Architect here at AWS, and my role is focused on data and storage. So in my role, I work with customers across the ANZ territory and helping them with their cloud journey, covering many of their data challenges and requirements. Across many different use cases, some of them could vary from using, let's just say, telemetry data from vehicles at racetracks, across into vertical industries such as media entertainment, research and life sciences, data protection and other use cases as well, all to do with data. And yeah, as part of my role, naturally, it involves working closely with our technology partners. And as part of that, I'm excited and happy to be here today with you. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks, Naim. Mitch, how about yourself, mate?
Yeah, thanks very much, Chris. Thanks, Naim. So as Naim mentioned, I work in a technical role covering APAC. I help not only our customers and partners, but also the AWS team understand what technology portfolio NetApp has in the cloud and that operates within AWS, and how to get the most out of that. Typically, you'll see me involved in complex AWS discussions around networking, security, and how to set up NetApp features in the cloud, but then also too driving demos and just general awareness in our partner and customer community.
Excellent. My kind of crowd. I love it when we're talking technical and we're talking to the techies and you know, the technology partners that we work with, as Naim mentioned. So Naim, I'll start with you, mate. Tell us a bit about Amazon Web Services FSx for ONTAP, and how does AWS position its value to our customers?
Yeah, great question. So it really is fully managed shared storage in AWS cloud, whilst having the popular data access and management capabilities of ONTAP. So that means that it provides the familiar features, let's just say performance and other capabilities, along with the APIs of well-known ONTAP, whilst having the agility, scalability, and simplicity of a fully managed AWS service. And this service, the way it's constructed, is it enables you to take advantage of SSD performance at a fraction of the cost, with built-in storage efficiency and tiering. So from an efficiency perspective, that means that customers can have deduplication, compression, and compaction. And then to further optimize, the service has an inbuilt component. So that means that for data which is less frequently accessed, the service will intelligently transition data to an elastic capacity pool, which is a lower cost tier. So what that really means is that for existing NetApp ONTAP customers, they get to have the like-for-like features of ONTAP in AWS and not having to worry about the overhead and complexity associated with managing hardware, networking, and patching, etc. So it can enable them to migrate and build applications quicker, with the well-known features available in ONTAP, whilst in AWS having that service available with a few clicks. So that's it. Thank you.
Fantastic, brilliant. All right, Mitch, I'll switch to you for a sec. You know, in the role that you play as the Principal Cloud Pre-Sales Architect for AWS at NetApp, how do you position our solutions, our joint solutions and value to AWS partners and customers?
Yeah, great question, Chris. Probably just to build on what Naim said a little earlier. The solution itself is very unique. It is ONTAP, but it's a managed service. So all the features and functions that customers either know and use today as ONTAP customers, or even new customers that are looking for those enterprise features from a storage perspective in the cloud, It's all there. From a deployment perspective, it's super simple. So you can use the Amazon console to do that. You can do that programmatically with your choice of infrastructure as code style tool like CloudFormation or Terraform, or even our Cloud Manager console. The great part about Cloud Manager is that it gives you that insight into your data, no matter where that is, in AWS or on-prem, plus our broader cloud portfolio.
Fantastic. So let me just touch on that for a second. You say the AWS console. So I go into the AWS console as a AWS user. I'm not going to the marketplace to find something and import it. It is there in the AWS console itself.
That's right. So that's the key differentiator here. It's a full software solution native on Amazon's FSx platform, and it's got deep level integration with a whole bunch of native Amazon services.
Wow. Okay. So while we're on that topic then, Naim, if I switch to you for a second, how do you feel Amazon FSx for ONTAP differentiates itself as a unique offering within AWS?
Yeah, so popular topic obviously are the ONTAP features, which have been tried and tested from many thousands of ONTAP customers of NetApp around the world. So many of those I would say are around the replication technology, so SnapMirror, having that capability for customers to move their data from on-premises into AWS, but also within AWS to on-premises or even cross-region, etc. So that SnapMirror technology within, I think, is very beneficial. That's just one of them as well. As we know, flex cloning technology. So if you're an application developer or a database administrator, having the ability to use ONTAP's flex clone capability to recreate at a low cost from a storage perspective new data sets is definitely very beneficial to them. And that happens in a very short time, as we all know, with flex cones. Then the other technologies within ONTAP, such as flex cache as well, so to enable cloud bursting, and the global file cache can work also with this service. So these are really great comprehensive solutions available as part of the FSx for NetApp ONTAP solution. So customers can leverage all of them. And then that can also be complemented, like I mentioned earlier, the low-cost tier, which is intelligently integrated into the solution, which customers do not have to manage. And they can select that or even deselect it if they do not want to use it for a specific volume. But that's part of the solution built in. So it takes away any overhead or requirement of having to configure that manually or point it and then have that overhead of managing the tiering of that. So there's some points I touched on there. Like I said, multi-protocol support. So iSCSI being something new, that being available to present block storage as well to the other, let's just say AWS services. And yeah, I think there's some good points there which really differentiate and are very, very valuable to assist customers with many of their data challenges and requirements from day to day.
Fantastic. So Mitch, I'll switch to you real quick, mate. How does one get started? Let's say I'm an AWS customer and I've got AWS workloads that I've been working with. How would I get to have a go at FSx for ONTAP? How do I get up and running and started?
Yeah, great point, Chris. I suppose aside from looking at the documentation in the AWS console, you can simply search for storage. Then under FSx, you can see FSx for NetApp ONTAP. After a couple of clicks, you've already deployed a file system into your specific VPC that you select. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it, maybe for an existing NetApp customer that's using Cloud Manager, is to select and simply deploy within your canvas a FSx for NetApp ONTAP service within your required VPC. So a few different ways to get started. If you're advanced, you can definitely use infrastructure as code. We've got a rich API set there that builds in with Amazon's API set as well. But the easiest way is generally through the Amazon console.
The AWS console. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's right, mate.
Mitch, Naim, thank you both so much for your time today, for coming out and talking about our big recent announcement. If you haven't already, folks, get out onto insight.netapp.com. There's a lot more information out there and on NetApp TV, as well as on Amazon Web Services website itself as well. So Mitch and Naim, thank you so much for your time, for coming out today. I can't wait to catch up with you again in the future to see how we've taken this to market and what customers and partners are doing with this service. So thank you both, and see you next time.
Thanks very much.
Cheers.